Hi, I'm Robert Byrne from the Deutsches Herzzentrum in Munich. We're here at the largest cardiology meeting in the world, the ESC Congress 2011 in Paris. I'm delighted to be joined by Dr Mabo from Rennes, who's just presented findings from the EVATEL trial, which is looking at telemonitoring in the follow-up of patients with implantable defibrillators. Dr Mabo, thank you for joining us today. Can you give us a little bit of the background or a little bit of the rationale behind why you conducted the current study and what methods you employed?
As you know, the number of implants of ICD is increasing fast due to new indication. So the cohort of patients of follow is very important, and it's a good opportunity to evaluate new technology as a remote follow-up. So the objective of the EVATEL trial was to evaluate in a clinical practice the potential benefit of remote follow-up of patients implanted with an ICD, independently of the manufacturers, as the trial was sponsored by the French Health Ministry.
Okay, very important. So this was an independent trial, investigator initiated, and without any industry funding. Can you tell us a little bit more about the telemonitoring technology that was involved in the telemonitoring arm?
As the technology was independent of the companies, we have different systems. We have systems using GSM with automatic transmission from the patient to the data center, but also we have a system needing a connection to the phone system, and eventually with intervention of the patient to establish the connection. So we have quite different systems in the protocol, and it's why we may observe during the protocol some crossover because of unexpected technical problem, but it's real life.
Yes, sure. And tell me, what was the primary endpoint that you chose for this analysis?
So the primary endpoint was a clinical endpoint, and it's important. It's a composite one with the association of death, all cause, hospitalization for cardiovascular events, or inappropriate or ineffective therapy delivered by the ICD on the basis of a non-inferiority hypothesis.
Okay, very nice. And what did you find? What were the principal findings from the trial?
So 1,500 patients were included, half in both groups, and there was no difference in terms of primary endpoint. 28% were observed in the control group and 30% in the remote group. But the non-inferiority hypothesis was not validated on per protocol analysis with a p-value of 0.008 as compared to intention to treat analysis with a significant p-value.
Okay, so very interesting. We hear a lot in clinical trials about choice of per protocol or intention to treat, and we know that a lot of people feel strongly that in a non-inferiority trial then a per protocol analysis should be preferred. So in fact, when you conducted it under per protocol guidelines, then the criteria for non-inferiority weren't met.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and where does this leave us? What are the future directions with this telemonitoring? Is this something that we can look to in the future to implementing for all our ICD patients?
So I think it's a first step for the future. For sure, we know that the technology now is available. We know that there is no potentially deleterious effect for the patient. We have no demonstrated potential benefit for the patient. And a very important question is the cost effectiveness of this new technology. And one of the sub-analyses of the EVATEL trial is to look at the cost effectiveness of the trial, but the data are not yet obtained for such an analysis.
Okay, so some very interesting results from the EVATEL trial then, looking at telemonitoring in ICD, something we're going to hear a lot more about, and we look forward in particular to the cost effectiveness analysis, which hopefully you'll be able to present to us in upcoming meetings.
Already next year, I hope so.
Congratulations on a nice trial, and thanks for coming to talk to us.
Thank you.